Okay, hi, this is Michael Ellis. Um, so with our sourdough starter, basically our yeast culture, um, so this will consider the mother of the experiment. We're using this to culture our yeast, as you probably know from the first two videos that um, in which I explained the process for starting a sourdough starter culture. But this is, functioning as our yeast culture. So, to get the maximum amount of yeast activity out of this, we don't want a yeast vinegar kind of balance like you would have with a regular sourdough starter, like starting off. For this, we want to maximize the yeast and alcohol production as far as getting to the hooch stage of a or the hooch kind of extreme of a sourdough starter, in which you'd actually leave this and let it ferment indefinitely, or until it reaches the extreme of acidity and or not acidity, but acidity and fermentation, where you actually get like a clear layer. On Here, I'll show you this. Um, where you get a clear layer on top of the actual flour water mix. So what we're looking for, like as far as progress goes, are actually like bubbles occurring around the side of this. So as you can see, there's some bubbles and there's little flecks of some of the flour materials, or the I don't know what you call it. Some of the flour stuff from this is actually a gluten-free flour mix. So it has a bunch of different kinds of grains in it. But so what we're looking for primarily are the formation of bubbles, and I don't know if you can see that really well. Not all the black flecks are necessarily bubbles. Actually, it's kind of hard to focus on that. But we're looking for bubble formation primarily around the top ridge of the stuff, and to make sure we're not getting anything funky going on. We do have some blue spots, and I don't know for sure what that is. If it's some copper or something in the water, or if it's some type of mold developing. I'm not sure. But it smells fine. I mean, it's got a pleasant yeast smell to it. So I'm not too concerned unless it starts to grow hair and fuzz and fruiting bodies. But it'll balance out eventually. So if we have anything weird, well, we're not using this for actually eating. So it's just a yeast culture for metallurgy purposes or alchemy purposes. So we're not actually creating anything we'd consume. So it's fine if there's a little mold on it. But we're gonna take this, and unlike feeding like a sourdough starter like you normally would, we're gonna cap this off, let it go into fermentation mode, and put it somewhere warm and dark, and leave it until we have a liquid layer on top, and that's called the hooch mode, or the hooch formation, which generally occurs after about 7 days of just abandonment, forgetting about it, and that's a yellow liquid that forms on top of the flour, and it's full of yeast, it's full of alcohol, and that's exactly what we want. So we're gonna let it go to that. Then we collect the liquid off the top, and we cultivate a alcoholic fermentation process, and you'll see our next steps there. Then going to vinegar, and then taking our vinegar and using that in our alchemical process. So that's all for now. I'll see you in 7 days when this has, or 7 days or so, depending on at what point it actually develops the hooch, and I'll update you then. If you're following along, it'll be about 7 days since this recording is uploaded. So I guess that's all I have to show you for today. Thanks for watching. This is Michael Ellis.